Is it possible to speed up the process of computational drug discovery to a matter of few days or even hours? To answer this question, it is first important to know what is meant by a molecular simulation that forms the backbone of processes like computational drug discovery. To begin with, what is a computational study? It is a study that is done using the help of computers. Typically, the equations that govern the problem we wish to study are coded into a computer, and the computer runs the calculations for us. So then, what is a molecular simulation? Molecular simulation is essentially a computational technique that can help simulate and study the behavior of complex chemical structures. Basically, it is an experiment set up and run inside a computer rather than a lab. In particular, molecular dynamic simulations are used to analyze the physical movement and interactions of atoms and molecules under some given constraints. So, how is the process of molecular simulation done? By using mathematical equations and coding them into algorithms in a computer, we can simulate the atoms and molecules along with the behavior that dictates their movements. Usually, in a molecular dynamic simulation, the initial position and state of the atoms are already known. The purpose of the simulation is to track the movement and state of these atoms and molecules as time evolves. This is critical for comprehending important chemical phenomena like protein synthesis, etc. Oftentimes, this feat is accomplished in a chemical simulation, using what is called as a time marching technique. A time marching technique is a methodology that is used to take the system forward in time. The system is studied at its current state, and using a time marching technique, its position in the nearest future is calculated. As you can see, the system is studied at its current state and the position in its nearest future is calculated. The atoms and molecules are then moved to this new position. Now, this new state is used to predict the subsequent nearest future, and the process repeats. In this way, a time marching technique predicts the movement of atoms and molecules in a step-by-step fashion. Now, to get some context, let us see why are these simulations important and why do we need to study them. Using molecular simulations, it is possible to do a wide variety of things like studying material properties and synthesizing new materials. It helps understand atomistic level phenomena. It helps with drug discovery and vaccine development, and many more. Using molecular simulations, we can simulate enzymes and proteins and study how they interact with an incoming drug. This is key to drug and vaccine development. By running simulations and studying the behavior of molecules that constitute potential drugs, and by understanding their interaction in an environment similar to that of the host, we can evaluate a drug for its efficacy. This way, it is possible to easily screen many potential drugs and choose the ones that are actually effective for the disease under study. Molecular simulations hence provide us with a timely and cost-effective method for drug discovery. Not to mention that it also helps avoid unnecessary human testing of not so effective drugs. So, what are the difficulties encountered in these simulations? Most of the applications mentioned in the previous slide require us to simulate the molecules in timescales of microseconds or higher to get meaningful insights. However, traditionally used time marching techniques are only capable of time steps of the order of femtoseconds, and hence are extremely slow and sometimes even infeasible to compute. Simulations like these may take several days or even months or years to run to completion. This is the equivalent of a toddler trying to walk the circumference of the earth. Now, what are the problems with a toddler trying to traverse such a long distance? For one, it will take an enormous amount of time and energy for the toddler to accomplish this feat. Likewise, the simulations will take an extremely long time to compute and would use up a lot of computational resources in the process. Secondly, the toddler is weak and unstable. The toddler may stumble many times along the path, and for each fall, she loses time and energy in getting up and progressing along the course. Likewise, the steps in the simulation may be unstable, and that increases the overall runtime and resources. Lastly, the toddler has limited vision. If she makes a small mistake in each step, it may lead to her reaching a completely wrong destination. Similarly, the time marching technique, when it runs for a large number of steps, even small errors in each time step can easily accumulate to a huge error by the end of the simulation. Thus, to summarize, traditional methods are usually time consuming, energy demanding, and less accurate. So what can we do to remedy this situation? We are essentially trying to develop an algorithm that tries to overcome all of the above mentioned shortcomings to the best of its abilities. Now compare the method we are trying to develop to a dinosaur traversing the same distance. Now what advantages does a dinosaur have as compared to the toddler? The dinosaur can take humongous steps and thus can traverse the path in a much shorter time. Similar to this, our method enables larger time steps, thus making the simulations run a lot faster. Next, the dinosaur is strong and makes sturdy steps. Hence, it does not lose time nor energy by falling down often. Likewise, our method is stable in each time step. Thirdly, the dinosaur has a long vision. It is less likely to make mistakes in each of its steps, and it will more accurately reach the desired destination. Likewise, our method is more accurate. Thus, our method requires lesser time, lesser resources, and is more accurate. Thus, in conclusion, the method we are developing is faster, robust, and accurate. This essentially means that complex molecular simulations like protein synthesis, drug interaction, etc., can easily be run in a matter of a few hours to a few days. This is a significant boost. Hence, by making molecular simulations run faster, we are essentially speeding up the process of drug screening, and we can very easily test a huge array of candidate drugs in a short span of time. Therefore, to answer the question we posed at the beginning of the video, is it possible to speed up processes like computational drug discovery to a matter of hours or even days? Yes, with better and optimized algorithms like these and improved computational capabilities, even if not today, in the near future, it would be a reality. Well, that's it for today. This video was prepared as part of the Relate workshop. My name is Paavai. I'm a graduate student at the University of Michigan, and thank you for watching the video.